As we read in Ephesians chapter 6, Paul is ending this letter to the Ephesians with an urging of them to put on the full armor of God. Paul understands that this battle that we fight is not just a battle against a bad mood or a difficult person or difficult situations. He says, no, what you are about to fight are spiritual forces of darkness that are scheming to ruin your relationship with God and to render you useless for the kingdom of God. But actually, as I read chapter 6, what stood out to me was really that section on bondservants and masters. Verses 5 through 9, and to start, he says, bondservants, obey your earthly master. See, in our country, we have a tough history, and it makes it even more difficult to read about servants or slaves in the Bible, because we understand how people have abused these scriptures as a way to abuse people. But hear what he says. Paul says that you are to obey with fear and trembling, with a sincere heart, as you would Christ. Not for the eye service or as a people pleaser, but you are a bondservant working for Christ. And as a student and as an employee, I hope that you understand this is your calling, to live and to work in a manner that is pleasing not only when your boss is watching or when the teacher is grading it, but to work with excellence and purity in all things. But here's what stood out. Verse 9. Masters. Masters, do the same to them. See, the masters don't get special privileges or a special commandment or even a special calling. Masters, you know where you get your marching orders? You go back and look at what the bondservant was called to do. That's how you are to live. See, to me, it's interesting because God is showing that He doesn't value titles. He doesn't value ethnicities. He doesn't value one class over another. Instead, He is saying that you are to live and act and breathe and treat others the exact same way. He ends verse 9 with God shows no partiality. I really enjoyed this chapter because the character of God meets the commands of God so beautifully. We don't have to be fearful when He talks about masters and slaves, because God shows His love for all, even in His text. We'll see you tomorrow.